couple of months back, I did a video about the Marvel character Miss Marvel. I explained her origins, I explained her comic sales, and how she really was getting this artificial boost because ultimately this character is the fan fiction of the creative director over at Marvel, Sana Amanat, who, interestingly enough, I think just got bucked on by Kevin Feige, but I'll get into that in a little bit later in the video. So there's a Marvel game that's coming out. There's an Avengers game that is coming out, and a lot of people are excited about it. Or, well, they were excited about it until they learned that this fan fiction character, Miss Marvel, is going to be one of the protagonists. Is going to have like a main storyline and everything else like that, despite the fact that she's a terrible selling character. And I find it very interesting now that I've seen diversity in comics. Young Rippa, The Fourth Age, they've all come out finally talking about Sana Amanat, who for the last few years as creative director over at Marvel has made every terrible decision that you don't like. Almost every call I can't help but feel has flown through her. But we have Jeremy from the Quartering here, and he is going to go into a lot of the issues that people are having with the game, and I just want to chime in and fill in some blanks that he may have. So without further ado, let's go.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I've been kind of following the Marvel Avengers video game, which is being distributed by Square Enix and developed by Crystal, I believe.
Real quick, there was another game. I can't remember who was developing it, but you played as Iron Man, and it was completely it really looked badass. It was a great looking game. But after Disney brought the company, much like with Star Wars, a lot of products that were in development got the kibosh, and they sat there and was like, you know what, we're gonna work on this one great big multi-year subscription plan game. Okay, but whatever, continue, Jay.
And we saw some early gameplay, and it did not look good. However,
especially not looking good was Black Widow, because she looked like a straight dude in that trailer.
Some more gameplay, kind of some freshened up gameplay come out, and the game started to look just a little bit better. And now at the latest Comic-Con, there's been some news on who is going to be the front person, the protagonist in the film. Now you might be asking yourself, is it Iron Man? No.
Star-Lord?
Is it the Incredible Hulk? No.
Nebula?
Is it Thor?
Ant-Man?
No. Is it Black Widow?
Black Panther?
No. Hawkeye? No.
Quasar?
Oh, wait. I get it. Probably Captain Marvel.
I mean, you can always go with Groot. I get it. I'm a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan.
Nope, not Captain Marvel either. Well, before we get into who it actually is, just a quick...
Oh yeah, he's about to show for a second. Go ahead, get through the show. Yeah, push it back a little bit. No, done with the show.
Really, any interest in it? She is an interesting character in and of itself. She basically has this ability to stretch her arms out and contort her body.
So yeah, he's revealed that it's Miss Marvel. It's Kamala Khan, which is Sana Amanat's fan fiction, and one of the most meta things, because I've actually heard about the storyline of this game, one of the more meta things is that she gets her power and she writes fan fiction for Avengers. Like, she writes Avengers fan fiction. I kid you not, they really made this super meta. But there seems to be a bit of backlash, and not just coming from me. It's one of the reasons why I'm actually covering it on the channel, because yeah, it's not just me that's complaint about this character.
Abilities to me aren't exciting in the least. It's just too similar to Mr. Fantastic for me. What's interesting about Kamala Khan? Well, nothing, as far as I can tell.
She is Sana Amanat. This is Sana Amanat's fan fiction. I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout the duration of this video.
The media itself seems to be really infatuated with the fact that it's a girl and that she's Muslim, but nobody cares about that. I just don't think that it sends any kind of like interesting vibes out there, because most people know that people just are more than that particular aspect of their life.
Yes, it is a character created out of identity politics. She saw, Sana Amanat saw the Miles Morales thing go down. When I think it was Bendis, somebody created Miles Morales simply because they love Barack Obama so much. That's the only reason Miles Morales exists. Sana Amanat saw that and was like, "Oh well, I want my own fan fiction character," and that's exactly what's taking place here. And because she's creative director, shoot, well, sure, we'll get together. Her, Kelly Sudaconic or something like that, and some other like really really beta dude got together. They created this character, and they've been pushing her out, and she hasn't been able to sell comics at all because she is fan fiction. This is like they've paired her with Captain Marvel. They've paired her with Squirrel Girl. Like she's just this whole feminist. She like Sana Amanat will love nothing more than her Kamala Khan to become some kind of feminist icon or something like that. And I can't help but feel, and I can't speak to this directly, but I can't help but feel that she was a huge part in turning Marvel into a quote unquote lifestyle brand. So back, I want to say, when she came on in the mid 2000s, when like they'd run out of good ideas. Because see, here's the deal with Marvel, the reason you're not getting a lot of new and great original characters out of Marvel is because Marvel doesn't like paying royalties to their creators. So thusly, they're just sticking with thusly, why would you go? If you're a decent creator, if you're pretty good, why would you go and create something that you're not going to be able to get any kind of money or royalties off of? That's why they've been regurgitating and rehashing the same old characters for all this time, right? And so they went and created, or just repackaged, because this is Miss Marvel isn't new. Captain Marvel used to be Miss Marvel, and it's a whole thing. But either ways, the company Marvel has been, the Marvel Comics at least, has been just slowly dying, and that's why they gave Kevin Feige so much power over there. I can't help but feel like he bucked over Sana Amanat, because I think he gets final say on the creative decisions, because the creative decisions and their creative director is so fixated and transfixed on having her own fan fiction character in there that represents all my women's and all my Muslims and everything else like that, when in all reality, what we as guys, because I'll always be a nerd, I'll always be that 10-year-old boy that used to get picked on no matter how jacked I get. And like, when as boys and as guys, we're more geared not towards a lifestyle brand, we're more geared towards the badass. This is the badassery that sells us on the character, particularly when it comes to Spider-Man, right? The most famous superhero in the world. Okay, sorry Batman, but I think Spidey beats you out a little bit, and we're just talking about merchandise sales. What's the names? Spider-Man, Peter Parker, they're so different. Like he's so different from his alter ego, and Peter Parker's such a nerd, and that awkwardness, that weirdness that is a good Peter Parker. Sorry, Tom Holland, but a Tobey Maguire Peter Parker, that is so that connects so much that when the mask goes on, we're all like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's swing. Plus, he has a super insanely cool power set. But what I'm saying is just that this is really the comeuppance that Marvel has been putting itself in position for probably the last 20 years.
Marvel, Square Enix announced at the news convention at New York Comic Con, that she has been teased as a part of Marvel's upcoming Avengers. Again, totally fine. Work her in, allow people to get to know her and like her. Don't just force her on everybody like Captain Marvel and say, well, she's actually the most powerful. Oh, wait, actually, no, you've done that again. You've made her the protagonist in the Marvel video game, a game that is sure to have many pre-orders deleted because of this, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute. She is set to be the main character. The game takes place in the Marvel Universe, and the trailer introduces a young Khan who develops the power to shapeshift after, quote, A-Day, which is a calamity event that led to the Avengers splitting up. Khan discovers a conspiracy behind A-Day as she embarks on a journey to get the team back together and to find out who's behind it all. Fans are beside themselves with happiness.
Yeah, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Primarily because this is Sana Amanat's fan fiction that she's for. Like, the character doesn't sell comics, and that was always, I mean, at least it seemed like that was a good barometer to whether or not a character would be able to pop on the big screen or pop via like other mediums, was how many comics are they selling. And Marvel has gotten so big that they don't care about the comics anymore, and thusly they push they're all about getting their agenda and getting their message out there. And I'm just like, here's the thing: do you ever see the movie Grandma's Boy? In that movie, Linda Cardellini, I think that's how you say her name, but either way, smoking hot Linda Cardellini, comes into a video game company, and all the nerds are just like, what? Well, of course, anything you want. And I can't help but feel like that's a little bit of what's taking place with Sana Amanat, all right? Because she's not an unattractive chick, okay? Like, Sana Amanat, she's definitely a 35% out of pipe all day. But the deal is that, well, what besides being hot are you bringing to, whatever role or position that you're doing? And I'm just not seeing it with the way that Marvel's comic sales have been tanking. And, she's a creative director. Like, how do you keep that job? Oh, wait, feminism, And plus, we work for a conglomerate, which can take the losses better than a singular comic book company can. But, let's continue.
Are they?
No.
Who is Miss Marvel's fans?
Sana Amanat.
Nobody buys her comic book. She's not in any movies, and she's got a Disney Plus series coming up.
Because of Sana Amanat.
But who exactly is Kamala Khan's fan base?
Sana Amanat.
In November 2013, Marvel Comics introduced Kamala Khan, a teenage American Muslim from New Jersey City, New Jersey.
And that's why I really don't like the character, because it's not just that she's a trash character, but she supposedly represents New Jersey. And I gotta say, no, stop it, cut it out. That's just ridiculous. No, you're being ridiculous.
Khan took over a comic book series of Miss Marvel a year later, and the series written by G. Willow Wilson, who is an insane person on Twitter, in my opinion, and drawn by Adrian, marked for the first time for a Muslim character to be headlined a book at the Marvel Comics. Again, none of that is relevant.
Not at all. And the deal is that but that's what the identity politics that they've been pushing for the last few years. They've been going out of their way to, my identity, my religion, the color of my skin, all this other stuff. When, let's be real, none of it matters. None of it matters. It's like we've gone full circle away from what Dr. King wanted, right? Dr. King was like, oh, the content of someone's character. Great. Oh, well, now, man, character don't matter. The type of person that a human being is doesn't matter. It's just about what identity things that they have, such as your Candace Owens, or your Linda Sarsours, or anybody, or all these people, particularly in more gynocentric frameworks, where they're like, oh yes, us women, we can do this, that, the third. Let me tell you something. The character be way off, man. And when that character is off, then, nothing good can really come of it, because you're missing the most important component. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end, because I don't want to ape his entire video. But please, let me know what you guys think in the comments. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead and do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube and BitChute and the like, they don't really, it's me, guys. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Are you, I always leave with the caveat that good writing can change a lot of things. If she's well written in the game, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. But the deal is that like this is still someone no one really wants, no one really asked for. Sana Amanat's fingerprints are all over this, and I don't know who she's blowing over at Marvel, but man, it that head must be fire to sit here and have everybody just sit there and oh yeah, we gotta toss this little Muslim girl that nobody asked for except for its creator into this. So let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.
She's a daughter of Pakistan.
Oh wait, wrong way.